Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today's video you sent me the Q's, so I'm going to give the A's. Welcome to the Q&A. Okay, so thank you firstly for everyone who sent me some questions, but yeah, let's jump straight into it. So firstly, how did you choose what A-levels you wanted to do? I pretty much just went for the ones that interested me the most. So obviously history, loved it. Psychology just seemed really interesting. Business, it seemed like it would be a really good one until the teacher wasn't very good, and then I didn't want to do it anymore. And I originally actually chose geography before I chose English, just because it seemed more interesting, but then I didn't like it, so I dropped it and switched it to English literature, which I was alright at, so yeah. And then ancient history, it was just probably one of the only ones I could do online, so yeah. Best and worst things about studying at Durham. I haven't actually started Durham yet, but I'm going to go there in October. I'm so excited. So stay tuned for that. Favourite movie and TV show? I don't really watch movies, but my favourite TV show is probably Vikings, although I did really like Game of Thrones until the last season, which wasn't great. What periods do you study in A-level history and ancient history? For history, I studied the Wars of the Roses, really loved that. I studied Germany in the Second World War and until like 1963. And I studied Russia from Alexander II until Khrushchev. What's the dream destination that you haven't travelled to? So I was thinking about this recently, and I think I've come to the conclusion that I'd love to go to Iran just because the culture just seems absolutely incredible. And yeah, I'd love to go. What do you expect from your studies in Durham? I'm expecting them to be really tough. I know it's a very intense place to study. There's obviously a lot expected from you. So I'm expecting to be difficult, but at the same time really enjoyable, and I think there's quite a lot of freedom for your degree, so I'm hoping that it's just going to expand my horizons and just be a really exciting thing to do. Are you excited to finally get to uni? Yes. Do universities care about GCSEs? It depends on the universities. Some universities don't care about them. I don't think most of them do. Most of them are only worried about your predicted grades and your personal statement, and that's pretty much all that they care about. But for example, Oxford does care about GCSEs just because that's the kind of indicator of your kind of level of academic work. But other than that, they don't really matter. Is revising for year 13 in September too late? I would say no. I would say you've got plenty of time. You've still got the whole year to go. Knuckle down and just work hard and enjoy yourself, and you'll be fine. Next question, are you single? The answer is no. I am in a relationship, and I have been in a relationship for like the past 3.5 years or so. I did mention this in the second video I ever made. But yeah, just to update you, I am still in a relationship. What is your laptop, computer or smartphone? I have a HP laptop, I have an MSI computer, and I have an iPhone 7. What do you use to make videos? I use Adobe Premiere Pro CC. How do you revise? I mainly use Quizlet, which is a really good tool. I definitely recommend it. So if you haven't used Quizlet, give it a try and do short questions and you'll be perfect. I also make essay plans and I write essays just to give you that practice. Obviously I can't really speak for science subjects because I haven't really done any, but essay subjects, essay plan and essays. If you're looking forward to clubs or societies, which ones? For Durham, I know they do something called the Durham University Charity Committee, which is called DUC for short, with the committee being spelled with a K, because obviously Durham can spell correctly. But they organise like these really cool events and stuff. For example, they do something called Jailbreak, which I know a lot of other universities do, which I really love to take part in. It's pretty much you basically have no money and you've got to get as far away from your university as possible, which I'd love to do. They also do another event I know of called Formally Lost, where there's a formal going on and they pretty much dump you like 100 miles away, I think it is, and you've got to get back in time for the formal, which sounds really cool. Any tips on being able to afford university? If you're from the UK, then Student Loans Company, they will like cover you based on your household income, which should mean that you're fine. If you don't have enough money with your Student Loans Company loan, then you can always work a part-time job as well. What types of videos are you planning to do at Durham? So I want to document my experience at Durham just so I can look back on it in the future and just have it as a nice memory. So I'm planning to document as much as I can. Hopefully weekly vlogs, but you can't hold me to that because I probably won't be able to do weekly vlogs. But yeah, I'll definitely try and do as much as I possibly can. Do you have / have you ever had any pets? At the moment, no pets, but I did have a cat and a dog. Next question is a really nice question. I really love this. If you could have lunch with one person, dead or alive, who would it be? So I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and I think I'll probably go for someone like King Ethelstan, plainly because he lived so long ago that just being able to kind of speak to him, ignoring the language barrier, because obviously I understand he would speak Old English and I would have no idea what he was saying. But ignoring the language barrier, speaking to someone like King Ethelstan would be absolutely amazing, and just kind of knowing his perspective and knowing like what's going on, kind of filling in the gaps of history that have kind of been lost over time would just be incredible. So yeah, probably someone like King Ethelstan or someone else from that period, but someone like that. What song or artist have you been listening to recently? I've been listening to this artist called Tones and I. I don't really know how well known they are, but all their songs have just been muy bien. I love it. Favourite thing you've done this summer is probably definitely going to be travelling. I've just had the most amazing time. I've travelled quite a bit this summer, including with my girlfriend, which is amazing. Yeah, so probably travel. Did you go to private school? I did go to private school, but only for a year, and it wasn't a big private school at all. It was a tiny little private school, so nothing like Eton or Harrow or anything like that. I mainly went to a state boarding school. What would you have done if you didn't go to university? I'd probably travel a little bit more, and maybe you've got a job or like an apprenticeship or something. Yeah, probably. Are you gonna do uni room tour? Yes, of course. Do you have any regrets about your time at school, and would you go back and change them? I don't think I have any regrets about my time at school, and if I did, I probably wouldn't go back and change them because what's happened has happened, and yeah, what's happened has probably happened for a reason. How many hours a week did you roughly study for your extra A-level? I actually made a chart that I logged all my progress, including hours spent on my phone, hours working, and how productive I felt. So I think probably my best day, I did about 10 hours of work, and I probably did like 2 hours on my phone, or something like that. But yeah, during kind of exam season, I was doing upwards of like 8 hours a day, roughly. So there you go. What motivated when you were at your worst during your A-levels? Food. Food was a good motivator. Just knowing after your work you'd get some food, that was always a nice aim to go for. You're just like, I'm gonna work now for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna get my food at the end of this, or just something like that, and it would just kind of keep you going. If Oxford accepted you now, would you go? It's a good question. I think if you held the offer there, it would definitely be very tempting to go, but at the same time, I do feel like it's probably not the right place for me. I probably definitely wouldn't fit in there, and yeah, so I'm just happy about Durham. I think Durham is probably like my perfect place. If you had to study another subject at university, what would that be? I've looked into, aside from historical subjects, I did look into things like law and criminology, and I think those are probably the main subjects I'd probably do. If I didn't, I also did look at marine biology at one point, just because I'd love to study something like sharks or turtles. I don't know, that'd be so cool. Have you ever been to South America? No, and I'd love to go. Why did you choose Durham? Firstly, they're a collegiate university. Secondly, probably they are one of the best universities in the country. Third, for the course I'm doing, they are 5th in the world, I think. They also do things like formals, and just like the whole experience just looks amazing. The town of Durham, idyllic, lovely place. So much history there. You're like, I don't know, it just seems like a great place. What did you get in your GCSEs? I didn't do too great. I got 1A, 6 Bs and 4 Cs. What were the positives of learning a new A-level on your own compared to being taught? There wasn't much positives in comparison. I would say definitely the freedom was probably the positive of being able to work whenever you wanted. But I do like the kind of structure and being told what to do and making the most of your teachers. So if you have the chance, make the most of your teachers because they will help you. Okay, now I'm going to get onto the most popular questions that have been asked. Favourite country I visited and why? I definitely loved Latvia, but I haven't had enough time in Latvia to really experience it properly. Last year I went to Slovenia and it was absolutely incredible. I went to Ljubljana and Lake Bled, and there was so much more I wanted to see and do there. So Slovenia, I love Slovenia. And then this year I went to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and it was just an amazing experience. I went to Sarajevo and Mostar. Everything there was just a really good price. They had such amazing history, and just kind of seeing the locals were so friendly and so nice. So if I was to pick my 3 favourite countries, I know you said 1, but I'm ignoring the 1 and I'm just going to say 3. Latvia, Slovenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Final offer. Can you list all the places you travel to? I have an app called Bean. It's a good app. Bearing in mind, I only really started travelling last year, so these are the countries I've been to. Austria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, England, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Guernsey, Hungary, Italy, Jersey, Latvia, Northern Macedonia, Montenegro, Poland, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Wales, USA. Favourite book? I read Dracula, and I really enjoyed Dracula. I think it was really well written, and yeah, it kept you on edge and suspenseful, and it was a good book, a good read. I enjoyed it. Number 1 tip for 6th form: make the most of your teachers, work hard, enjoy yourself, and keep on track. Just stay ahead. And if you want to keep on track, I would recommend buying something like a planner. And with your planner, you can write down everything you need. I bought myself this one for university. This is the Jackademic Planner, made by Jack Edwards, and it's really nicely well made. So I'm going to be staying on track. Plans for future jobs. I don't really know, but I would love to do maybe kind of work as a TV presenter, or even be a historical consultant, and they basically advise film and TV producers and directors about what's accurate and what's not, and what to change. So I think being that would be absolutely so amazing. And my final question I got this quite a few times: what are you most looking forward to about Durham University? And I kind of answered this before, but obviously college life I think is going to be absolutely amazing. I think having this kind of like new experience is going to be amazing. Like the formals, they look incredible. Just like meeting new people, I think that'd be a really cool thing to do, like making new friends, really getting into like my new course and like experiencing that, and just being able to kind of get back into that routine of work and just like enjoying stuff like that. And just being in this like beautiful little city, I think that'd be a really nice thing. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about for Durham. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe. It really does help me out. And if you're looking forward to the Durham vlogs, then so am I. Stay tuned for those. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.